athletes get paid too much? Do baseball players get paid too much? Are the salaries out of control, or are the owners keeping more than their fair share? I hate that term, for themselves. We're going to talk about it tonight here on Batesball Tonight. I don't know if I'm really going to call the show that. My last name is Bates. We're talking baseball. I'm glad you are here. Whether you're watching on Team Replay or if you're here live. Hey, like Mark is in the house. What's going on, my buddy? Mark, a member of the channel and a good friend. I hope you having a great night, my friend. Listen, I'm a Dodgers fan, and since the big signing of Mark Freeman, I have seen all over social media, hey, Roger Sports Talk, I hate sports, I hate it, I don't believe a word of that. I have been seeing everywhere on social media one thing over everything else. The rich get richer. The Dodgers are buying a pennant. The LA Times had an article out today, which I found hilarious, that said, hey, if you're mad about the Dodgers signing Freeman, maybe you should be mad at your owner. I've got some data here that we're going to talk about. I think this is a misnomer. I think the world looks at this wrong. I think I'm going to give you my opinion, and I'm going to at least give you my evidence, if not the proof that I'm right about the players. Patrick Mahomes in the chat. What's going on, Patrick Mahomes? Why don't you throw the ball where you're looking? Okay, but I mean, you know, it is what it is. Nick in the house, what's going on? Roger Sports Talk in the house, what's going on? Mark Brown in the house. Again, if you're watching live, you get the best experience, I think. Thank you so much. We're going to be doing this Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays throughout the baseball season, and really maybe for the rest of your life. Who knows? So I hope you go check it out. We're going to be watching live sports when baseball season starts, just like we are now. San Diego State trying to hang on against Creighton, but the show, I could have titled that, got a bunch of people come in, I suppose. If I was just dying for more people, that's what I would have done, but we're going to talk about what we talk about. So this is going to be a mostly nightly show where we talk about the hot topics in sports, mostly baseball, Dodger heavy, Ranger heavy, because that's what I love. But when there's something going on like tonight, I didn't go to San Diego State, but I grew up in San Diego. Great hat. Missed the. I wish I had one to wear tonight, as my Aztecs are up by 7 in the first round against Creighton. But anyway, we're here to talk about baseball. Sorry, let me get caught up in chat. Absolutely not. I think we all would take a major league contract. America, players living their dreams exactly. So I'm going to share the screen on some of these here. Let me pull it up. So Freddie Freeman signs a deal. I think it was $27 or $28 million a year. And boy, is that a lot of money. And I am happy for him. Let's talk about payrolls, shall we? Let me share this out. Should have set this up earlier. Share screen, hit the button, find it over here. How we doing? Boom. Okay, that took too long. Are you seeing it? I hope you're seeing it. So there is, I'll leave it big there for a minute. There is currently, now obviously there's a couple teams are going to start putting some money in. The season's like on a week and a half, so some of these are a little skewed, but you got the Mets at top of $250 million in payroll. You got the Yankees second at 227. Then you got my Dodgers at 231. Okay, so 231 million freaking dollars. Then you got the Orioles at the bottom. What is that? $24 million. That's pretty crazy. So what I did was I took the Dodgers at the top, the Orioles at the bottom. I got the Marlins over there because I thought they would be a decent example too. But we're going to talk about the Dodgers, the highest payroll, and the Orioles. And who would you rather be a fan of? Let's talk about the money. Okay, so let me pull up another slide for you. This is interesting. So here is a tweet. If I could hit the right buttons. If I could hit the right buttons. I don't know why I'm singing, because I don't hit the right buttons. All right, check this out. So, starting in 2022, that's this year, every Major League Baseball team will receive a guaranteed $60 million from the national TV deal. So that's Disney, that's ESPN, that's TBS. So Disney, who owns ABC, and TBS paying for the national rights. TBS gets the playoffs. ESPN gets all the things they get. Every team shares, starting this year, $60 million. Okay? The average of the local revenue, the local TV contracts, we're going to talk more in depth about that here in a minute. They're averaging about $40 million per year. simple math, people. Every single team gets $100 million guaranteed revenue before you buy a ticket, before you buy a beer, before you buy a jersey, before you watch a commercial. $100 million each. And that's just the beginning. What's going on, Nick? Hope you're having a great day. Should we leave it there? I mean, that's insane. So if that was it, if that was the only thing, how come we have teams that are under $100 million payroll, right? That seems insane to me. It seems sinful to me. Again, we've got currently, let's see, we got the Rockies, the Mariners, the Reds, the Royals, the Rays, the Twins, the Diamondbacks, the Marlins, the A's, the Guardians, used to be the Indians, the Pirates, and the Orioles. Not one team, more than 1/3, I believe, of the league with less than $100 million payroll, and they get $100 million before they play a game from the local and the national. And that's not their local deal. That's sharing the other team's local revenue and the national deal. All right? That's insane, yeah? That's a lot of money. All right, well, let's keep going. So let me share this screen for you. Yeah, cheap owners, exactly. So let me pull up this next screen for you. We'll talk about it, and then I want to get your thoughts. All right. From this slide, what do you see? Is that big enough? I hope you guys can read that. I'll read it for you. The Dodgers have this is the revenue from local TV contracts now. So these are different. The Dodgers are going to make more than, say, the Miami Marlins, right? But they share it. So here you go. And it gets a little deep in the weeds, but hang with me. So that the local teams gets to keep 52% of what they negotiate on behalf of them in Major League Baseball. They get to keep 52% of the ownership stake that they have, Then the other 48% goes into a pool that is divided up into the other teams. So basically, every team basically gets 3.3% of your deal, okay? Stick with me. The Dodgers deal is about $240 million, okay, per year. The contract is a 25-year contract per year, almost $250 million per year that they give away 48% of to be shared equally amongst the other teams. Wait, what? The contract goes from 2014 through 2031, and it's $239 million per year. That is $8.35 billion that 48% of gets shared between all the other teams. So 3.3% of $240 million every year, all the way through 2038, goes to each and every other team. The Angels have the second best deal. It's $138 million per year through 2031 that 48% gets shared out. The Yankees, amazingly, is only $115 million per year from 2013 to 2042. Why is it so low in New York? Because they didn't negotiate very well. Less than half of what the Dodgers get, but it's still a whopping $5.7 billion with a B dollars. Okay. Now, you've got the teams on the other end of it. You've got the Marlins who have, a $20 million deal per year. All of this is shared, okay? Every penny that is from the local revenue is shared. So again, not every penny, excuse me. So if the Dodgers have $250 million a year coming in on their deal, if they have 100% ownership of the team, but I'm not going to dive into that because that's just too much math, but 250 million, 48% of it, so basically half, goes to the other teams. So basically you're getting $100 million a year plus whatever your share, your cut of your revenue is. So for the Dodgers, you get their current payroll is $231 million. It's the third biggest in baseball. All right. The Dodgers payroll is $231 million. All right. Before they sell a ticket, before they sell a beer, before they sell a jersey or any merch, they're getting $60 million as every other team does, as their share of the national TV deal. So the Orioles get 60 million, the Dodgers get 60 million, everybody gets $60 million. They get basically half of their local deal, which is in this case 120 million. They have $240 million per year deal, of which they get 120 million. Sorry, if you're watching the NCAAs, Creighton just scored 2. Looks like there was a foul. The San Diego State is up by 2. Creighton looks like they just got fouled. 32 seconds left. Anyway, so let me get back to this. The Dodgers have 60 million, just like every other team does, right? Then they get half of their contract, 120 million. That takes it to 180. Then they get their local TV split, another 40 million. Basically, they make 220 million, the Dodgers do. They receive $220 million from the 2 contracts, the national and the local, after they've given out their share to share with everybody else. They get $221 million, and their payroll is $231 million. Let's look at the Orioles. Let's look at chat, actually. Fulton's in the house. What's going on, buddy? Hope you're having a good day. Mark's in the house. Cheap owners that own teams. Only Brock because they can, yeah. Anna's in the house. Hey, Anna. Blaine's in the house. What's going on, Rally? Let's get to the Orioles. The Orioles currently have a payroll of $24 million. About 10% of what the Dodgers are paying their players. How would you feel if you're an Orioles fan? You feel like they're trying to give you a good product? They're paying players a total of $24 million, okay? They get $60 million, just like every other team does, just for being in Major League Baseball as part of the national deal. Then they have a local TV deal of $54 million. Half of that goes in the pool, half they get to keep. So they get $27 million from their local deal. And then they get $40 million from the split they get from everybody else's deal. So they don't even have an incentive to negotiate a good local deal, let alone an incentive to field a good team for their fans. So they get $24 million and $60 million and $27 million before they do a thing. They get $127 million from the 2 TV contracts, the national TV contract and their local TV contract, and the split with the rest of the league, taking them to $127 million in revenue before they sell a ticket, before anybody buys a beer, before they sell a hat. Yet their payroll is $24 million as it sits today. The value of the franchise is $1.43 billion. The Dodgers is $3.5 billion. So the Dodgers owners pay more, right? They pay more for their deal. They negotiate a better deal because they have to be fair, they have a bigger fan base, right? That's what it is. And then they give half of that money away that they paid to have access to. Anyway, point is, and the Marlins, by the way, their value is the worst value team in the league, $990 million. So let's get Cup and chat and let's talk about it a little more. Rally, no. Players, so players across sports get paid too much, just saying. The money, I just explained how much money. So the Orioles have $24 million in payroll currently. They get paid $60 million for being a part of Major League Baseball like everybody does because of the national TV contracts. They get $60 million. That's their take. They get a $54 million local deal, which they get to keep half of. So they get $27 million from that. And then they get another $40 million from the TV revenue split from everybody else. So they start with, what is that? $127 million before they sell a thing. If they don't give it to the players, Peter Angelos is the owner of the Baltimore Orioles. I guess what you're saying, Blaine, when you say players across all sports are getting paid too much, is you'd rather Peter Angelos keep that $100 million than go and spread that out onto the team. Because that's what you're saying. However, with that said, you pay players to come to your team and have a chance to win. But we also have seen teams pay millions more than others, but have losing seasons. So it's the luck of the draw. So I'm not sure what your take is anymore, buddy. It sounds to me like I wouldn't play for the Marlins if they paid me. True, good point. Someone has to get that money. Like, I think that's what I don't understand about the argument. It seems to me like it's almost a political, it's certainly a non-economic argument, everybody. If I just explained to everyone, right? If you're just getting here, you can reply it. But I just explained to you that the The Baltimore Orioles will have $127 million in revenue from their local TV contract, the national TV contract, and the revenue sharing from the local TV contracts that all teams must share. Okay. It's 24 million and 27 million. It's a total of $127 million before they sell a ticket. Okay. Yet the payroll is 24 million. Now, to be fair, they need to pay for upkeep. They need to pay their employees. They need to pay for lots of stuff, but they make money from lots of other stuff too. We're just talking about the money from TV. I'm not talking about revenue from beer sales, team socks, baseball cards, all the things that they sell in the fan shop for 20 times more than you could get at Walmart, right? I'm not talking about any of that. The argument for players get paid too much must be, I'd rather have the billionaires keep the money than have the millionaires. Can you name an owner? I can. And I'm talking to everybody. Can you name an owner? Do you care about them? I say no. I say that I go to watch Clay. I go to watch the athlete. I go to watch Mookie Betts. Like if I'm watching a boxing match, I'm paying to watch Tyson Fury. I'm not paying to watch the promoter. I don't mind the promoter making money. Don't get me wrong. But why should the team, the owner, keep all those dollars? It's insane to me. And I don't mind them being rich. That's not what I'm saying. I'm a free market guy. But the argument that players make too much money makes me want to explode. Let's get caught up in chat. I agree. I was just saying to get people excited. I've always been the type who loves the players getting paid. There you go. And I figured that about you, buddy. But there you go. Again, the argument seems to be I want the owners to have the money. And I think it's a short-sighted, dumb argument, but I mean, I'll have it. If you pay your player more and get 3 to 5 high-profile players, sure, you may not win the World Series, but if you're competitive and the race ticket sales, merch will be huge. Here, it's not even, yes, but that's not even the issue. Who cares? I watch the team, not the people. Amen. Amen. I agree with everything Mark just said, but wait, there's more. I mean, here you go. Let's stop sharing that and let's pull up the next one, okay? Shall we? Let's look at this. Oh, hold on. So the players were arguing in this latest round of negotiations. Here for a moment and now, forget players. Let's talk about gas price. Oh my gosh, right? I think there's good news on the horizon, but boy, we're all getting used to $4 a gallon, right? That's a whole topic that we could talk about if you want. But let's talk about this one. So the argument from the players was because they got the deal in place. Well, let's talk about it. Are the teams tanking? Are the Marlins tanking? Yes. And I'm going to prove it. Oh, wait. I don't have to prove it. Derek Jeter just did. Derek Jeter joined the front office to be the, I guess, president of operations of the Marlins, was told X, Y happened. They had to quit. The Marlins team promised Jeter they were going to give him X amount of dollars. I don't remember how much, at 40 million pops in my head. Doesn't matter what it is. Some amount to go get an offense. They've got young pitching through the roof, elite arms. They're going to be really, really, really good on the hill. But they got no offense. The ownership told Jeter, as soon as the lockout's over, you'll get the money and you can go buy offense. Then, with about 3 days to go, or whatever it was, 5 days to go, they were told, hold on, guys. Tie game. San Diego State's got the ball. 7 seconds left in the key. Oh, looks like a foul. Then they were told, no, never mind. Because of the lockout, we now can't afford it. You know what that is? It starts with a B and it ends with an S. And what did Jeter do? He lied. He said, this is not what I was told. I'm out. More will come out. I guarantee it. No one will read it because they won't care, because millionaires apparently are bad, but billionaires are not. The players have been saying that what the owners have done is they've taken this revenue sharing. They've promised it would go to player salaries, right? And it has not. The ownership has been getting through all the loopholes they can, spending money elsewhere, not putting it on the players, okay? Here's some of the evidence. Major League Baseball revenues have soared from $8.2 billion in 2015 to over $10.7 billion in 2019, a 30% increase. We don't have data updated yet, and boy, we've had some weird years. By the way, Major League Baseball used that. It had increases in every year, and then we had the pandemic year, and they said, "Oh, we've been down on average for the last 5 years," which was an absolute politician's lie. Players' salaries have decreased by 6.4%. Average salary declining from 4.45 million to 4.17 million. Don't you dare sit in my chat and say, "Oh, you're talking about $4 million." The money is coming. Oh man, San Diego State misses the free throw. Creighton with 5 seconds left has the ball. Half court, setting up for about a 20-footer from the baseline, air ball. We're going to OT. Okay, wow. Median salary in Major League Baseball has fallen from 1.65 million in 2015 to 1.15 million in 2021. That's a 30% decline. 54% of players, and this is the key in my opinion, 54%, that's more than half. For those of you, 54% of players in Major League Baseball are not eligible for arbitration, earning near minimum salary. Also, they have no right to say where they play. All the money is paid at the end to the lucky few who don't have their job taken by a 22-year-old. 13 teams have payroll under 100 million for the 2021 season. Well, wait, what? Every team gets 60 million, and every team gets half of their local deal. Orioles is 27, the Dodgers is 120. Their cut. And every team gets 40 million. So the Dodgers start off with 220 million. Even the Orioles at the very bottom of the payroll start with 127 million. So if you're getting a 127 million and you're the team with the lowest payroll, but 13 teams had a payroll under 100 million, where's that other 27 million going? Not to the players. Not to the players. I wish players would get paid more coming into their first year instead of. So what they tried to do is they tried to have a pool. They're trying to get rid of this arbitration thing. You got to think about this. Freddie Freeman, for the first time ever, got to say where he wanted to go to work. What do you do for a living? Do you do something for a living where you only can play in one place and nowhere else? And if they want to send you to another town, they can, but you can't. You can't go in and say, "I'm out. I'm going to go play over there." You can say, "I'm out. I'm going to go work at Walmart." You can say, "I'm out. I'm going to go work at Target." McDonald's is hiring. But they have no right to go wherever they want until they get through their free agent season. I did not see Kentucky. Who's that here for a moment? I did not. I've been busy today. I'm watching San Diego State right now, but no, it is a lot of money. It sure is. You get paid what you're worth. No more, no less. That's how capitalism works. Jason Nudo, man, your comments in the NFL show over on Pete's channel are my favorite. Funny and right. 100% of the time. I love it. But I'm going to disagree with that. You don't get paid what you're worth if you're a baseball player until you're a free agent. You don't. You don't. You get paid what the owners decide until you're in arbitration and until you're a free agent. It's totally anti-competitive. It's totally anti-player, and I hate it. Comment of the week, right? Exactly. They own them in a sense. Exactly. So let's get back to this. Want to share something else with you. I guess I'm done with that one. Am I done with that slide? I think I am done with that slide. So one last slide to share with you. Well, I guess we've got to that. So the point being, again, I'm going to get to the Dodgers. Their payroll is $230 million. The Orioles payroll is $24 million. Now, to be fair, the Orioles are going to sign a few players. It's going to go up. But 13 teams have a payroll of under 100 million. You got to put your emotion aside for a minute. You think, well, there's 26 teams or players per team. That's like $4 million each, blah, 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 blah. The league million's 800,000 now. Or 750, might be 750. The money is coming in. See, if I'm your boss, so I'm Blaine's boss, I'm Jason Nudo's boss, whoever's boss I am, I'm Mark's boss. And you know that I bring in revenue of $220 million if I'm the Dodgers, and $127 million if I'm the Baltimore Orioles. Before I sell a ticket, so I'm a movie theater, right? I own a movie theater, and I get $220 million before I sell a ticket before I sell popcorn, before I sell whatever else they sell there, right? And I pay my employees a total of 24 million, like the Orioles do. The Dodgers are paid 231. And they're a good example of a team that tries to put the best players on the field for their fans. The Orioles and the Marlins and not the Indians, the Guardians, all these teams at the bottom now are stealing them. Well, they earned the money. They bought the team, right? But again, the Orioles have a $24 million payroll, but they have a total of $127 million before they sell a ticket. Is anyone in chat possibly brave enough to throw out, well, the owners deserve it, they should keep all that money? Just keep throwing out a team that loses 100 games in a row or a season, because that's what they do. The system the owners have in place is set up to be non-competitive. There's no incentive for the Marlins to go out and get the bats that they promised Derek Jeter. There is no incentive. The Guardians will lose 100 games this year and make $100 million profit. I don't mind them making $100 million profit, but I think it'd be better for the people of Cleveland, right, if they went and spent 60 of that million on some fun guys to go watch play. It's just me. Should the Dodgers spend the money on Freddie Freeman, or should the ownership group buy a bigger yacht? What say you in chat? I want to know. Explain to me how anyone would prefer the owners buy a bigger yacht over your team pick up an extra reliever, a first baseman you need. I want to hear. It's sad. You were at their call. Exactly. What is the 800? I think it's 800, might be 750. Baltimore couldn't. Jason Udo, every week, the best in chat. Check out not NFL Watch Party. What do you call it? Check out Inside the Huddle over on Pete McDevitt's channel every Thursday night. Me and Kelly and Pete, and we always have an extra person. Also, it's a lot of fun. Lots of great comments. I love that chat. Sometimes I don't even listen to what they're saying. I enjoy the chat so much. If you see me laughing and you don't know why, it's because the chat, probably Jason Udo is the one. Owners already get too much as is. Again, I am not saying I'm mad at the owners for making money. They took the risk. They bought the team. I'm down. But they're negotiating in bad faith. Now, the owners just came to agreement with the Players Association, but they lie. They don't put out in public the data on how much they're making. Why do they not? Of course we can backdoor it. Of course reporters can get the information. You can backdoor how much money they're making. But it is what it is. And they've been lying for years. Again, the thing that really pissed me off, to be real, is Manfred, the commissioner, came out maybe a week before the end of the lockout. And by the way, again, the owners locked out the players. The players didn't want to not play. The owners locked out the players. And Manfred came out and said, in the last 5 years, our revenues are on average down. What are you, running for Senate? You just lie to the people now? Go be a politician, you freaking loser, Manfred. Because clearly the issue with that was one season we had a little thing called a worldwide freaking pandemic. They still played 60 games. By the way, who got screwed that year? The year that the Major League Baseball had a 60-game season, who got screwed? Spring training got screwed. Everybody who works in Arizona and Florida that lost out on that revenue got screwed. You know who else? Everybody in AAA and AA and single A and A ball and rookie league. They didn't get a check that year. By the way, some teams, and I think the Dodgers did, pooled their money. Everybody put in, the Major League players, everybody put in a certain amount so the minor leaguers could still get a check. And I hope that turned into league-wide. If you're watching the basketball game, it's a 2-point lead for SDSU in overtime, 2:42. And somebody on Creighton looks like they're coming out of the game. Looks like, I don't want to speculate, but he's not putting any weight on one of his legs. So he done. So that sucks. But anyway, who got screwed? The minor leaguers. And you might say, well, if they can afford a minor league, a AAA team, a AA team, 2 single A teams, and a rookie league team, what business? Like, I have employees. I have a team of about 10 total, right? Do I have 6 other groups of 10 just waiting in the wings? Oh, they have the money for it. They're making a boatload. They don't need any of that. Proof? They gave up a whole year of it. Let's see. Let's go. I'd raise the players a league minimum so it makes owners pay more to the players. Here's what they need to do. Stop with the revenue sharing. Americans like the idea of this word fair. Okay. The Orioles choose to pay $24 million so far. The Dodgers so far have chose to pay $231 million. Who do you want to be a fan of? The argument seems to be that we're mad at the Dodgers because they don't have, they have all the money. No, Peter Angelos is the one making the most money. Now, hey, are the Dodgers making money? Of course they are. All the teams are making a ton of money. All of them are. But this is just the argument that the lower teams have no incentive to spend money because they're profitable already. And the money, the rules the owners put in place are portrayed as, the PR story is, players make a lot of money. But what it is they don't want to have to pay more. They're already profitable. Everybody likes to think they're all trying. They're tanking. 1/3 of the teams are tanking every year. Are you a Pittsburgh Pirates fan? If you're in chat or if you're watching the replay, are you a Pirates fan? Do you feel like your team's trying? You're an Orioles fan? Do you feel like they're trying? Miami? You feel like they're trying? No. They're guaranteeing to be profitable. And they're sitting on Aruba laughing, which again, I don't mind them making money. But don't, as a fan, tell me the Dodgers are the bad guys and the Orioles aren't. The Pirates aren't. The Guardians, not the Indians, aren't. Are you kidding me? It's insane. Did anyone hear that a judge ruled that minor league players are employees and not contractors? Yeah, I do. I think I did see that. I don't like signing foreign players as young as 15. You have to stop that. So I disagree with that, Mr. Sanudo. I think it saves young poor kids from a lifetime of despair. I think when Yasiel Puig can sign, he leaves Cuba, it's generational wealth, and it helps the entire family. I say free market works always. You know where we need the free market more? I'm not trying to talk politics. You know where we need the free market more? In the poorest of the poor countries. Now, I don't like them having control over where they play forever, but like Fernando Tatis signed when he was a kiddo, and he signed. Not only did he sign, but then he took out an insurance policy. Lots of the big prospects do this. The good agents will do this. They'll sign, and they sign away future earnings. Okay, but like for 3% of future earnings, they guarantee them $1 million. They don't make the major leagues. They still get paid, and it's generational wealth. There's some bad agents out there, and player representatives is what I was looking for. But by and large, if you're a real prospect, you're getting a real player representation. It's hard in some of those third world countries, but they change their families' lives forever. I mean, in some of the biggest, holes in the world. So I love it when a 15-year-old can tell grandma she doesn't have to live in the mud anymore. I love that. Well, I hate it, or I hate to say it. Excuse me, guys. Well, I hate to say it, says my buddy Mark, as I'm sure the players, but again, America, capitalism. So unfortunately for player owners, can make sure they make as much as they can. Again, I hope nobody's hearing that I'm mad at the owners for making money. I'm mad at the owners for setting up rules that ensure competition isn't necessary to win. PNC Bank Stadium may be the most beautiful stadium east of the Mississippi. Pittsburgh, right? Yeah, I've not been out there. I do think it's beautiful. Those rivers out there above or outside of right field or whatever. Catching up on the game, San Diego State up by 2 over Creighton. 2 minutes left in the first OT, up by 3 now. State at the line for one more. I believe in the free market. And baseball ain't a free market. The owners set up a system where they're guaranteed to make hundreds of millions of dollars. The Dodgers will still make hundreds of millions of dollars, but they're paying guaranteed $220 million, and their payroll is $231. Now they're going to still profit. They're going to sell tickets and beer and all this stuff. And of course they have more costs than just payroll, but clearly the payroll is the biggest cost, right? The $231 million. $231 million in payroll seems to be versus 220 in guaranteed money, right? Seems to me as a fan to be a team that's trying to give me as a Dodger fan a fun year. If I'm an Orioles fan and they get a guaranteed 127 million, but their payroll sitting today is again 24 million. Don't tell me he's trying. Don't tell me he's trying to make me as a Baltimore Oriole fan happy. He's not. No, I'm just looking at both sides. Yeah, I agree, Mark. I agree with you. So should there be a luxury tax at all? I would say no, there should not. A luxury tax is stupid. A luxury tax is if you go above a certain amount of pay, they just tack on more money to put in the pool to share. So Steve Cohen, the owner of the Mets, just came out and say the luxury tax is stupid. Why would I only go to luxury tax? It ensures that I don't get anywhere close to luxury tax, because if I do, I can't improve my team. That said, he's just going to purposely go over that luxury tax. He sees it as a opportunity for him. The more he goes over the luxury tax, the better team he has, and he's got fully 1/3 of the league who's just decided to be profitable. Steve Cohen, who I don't know much about, clearly wants to win. The Dodgers clearly want to win. The Padres, it can be said, clearly over the last few years have decided to want to win. But the Guardians, the Rockies, the Pirates, the Marlins, clearly they're not attempting to win, and they don't have to because they're profitable. If the Orioles don't pay any more players and they don't sell one ticket, let's imagine a year where they didn't sell one ticket. Right now, of course, you'd have to imagine they don't have the other costs too. They pay the general manager, they pay the ushers, they pay the field manicurists, they pay other people. But so this is a bad analogy. But to be fair, they would profit $103 million if they didn't sell a ticket. Speaking of the Padres, don't ride motorcycles, right? Oh my gosh, Fernando Tatis. So I've said it before. I've got lots of Padre fan friends. I'm from San Diego. Most of my best friends in the world are from San Diego. State with a block, up by 2, block the shot, 12 seconds left. They've got the ball. Creighton's not fouling, goes to the rim. No good, goes to the rim. No good. Creighton saves the ball. Oh, no, out of bounds. So we got 3.7 seconds. Creighton's up by 2. What did I miss? Creighton is up by 2. State, it looks like they're going to have the ball with 3.7 seconds left. Wow, looks like my Aztecs are going to get bounced. 3.7 seconds left. Looks like State's going to have the ball. Should probably turn on the NCAA right now. Wow, I don't know when Creighton went up. Interesting. Anyway, baseball players have manicurists. Field manicurists. They probably have manicurists too. Anyway, that's my point. I hope you enjoyed that. I'd like to know what you guys think. A lot of you had some good takes on here. I don't understand how I could ever be a fan of a team that was taking all this money and not trying to win. And I wouldn't wear their hat. I wouldn't. Way off subject, but Jeff, did you try Troy Aikman's new what? What is that? Beer? No, I don't know about it. Does he have a new beer? Aikman and Buck both signed to be Monday Night Football analysts. They're going to get paid. I'm going to the Brewers-Padres game on Sunday. Nico, I'm so jealous. Yeah, no, I haven't. I didn't know he had it. That's cool. I'll check it out. So anyway, that's my take, and I'm sticking to it. I think players are getting screwed by at least 1/3 of the league's teams, and I think it's in a direct attack on the fans because they've got fans. Now, as it relates to if you're here live, if you're on Team Replay, the show's basically over. Thanks for being here. If you're on live, we got 4.3 seconds left. San Diego State has the ball. They are down by 2. Again, to set it, San Diego State down by 2 to Creighton, 8-9. I'm from San Diego, so I'm rooting for San Diego State. Overtime, State down by 2. State has the ball, inbounding it. Nope, another timeout. Never mind. We'll get back to that in a minute. So I'll reset, and we'll talk about the San Diego State Creighton ending. If I was really into it, I would change the title and all that. But let me know in chat what you think about this. I think it's a crime that A, the owners are doing it, but B, they're screwing the fans. Now, I'm a Dodgers fan, and I live in Texas, so I root for the Rangers. And I can tell you honestly, the Rangers are all in. They're going to spend the money. They proved it this year. The Dodgers are all in. They're spending their money. I can proudly be a fan of them. How anyone is an Orioles fan, I have no idea. A Marlins fan, I have no idea. Are you mad at the Dodgers for signing Freeman? Or are you mad at Peter Angelos for not spending some of that money on players? It's insane. Maybe baseball has too many teams now. I don't know about that. Yeah, it only sold in Texas. I'm going to check that out, Mark. I didn't know about that. Actually, I'll probably text it. Okay, here we go. Resetting. San Diego State down by 2 to Creighton, throwing the ball in 4.3 seconds. Inbound, top of the key, fumbles the ball. Creighton has possession, foul on State. Creighton going to win. Creighton, 0.2 seconds left, has possession of the ball. The inbounder threw it to the big guy. The big guy gave it to the inbounder, went to the top of the key, fumbled the possession. Game over. San Diego State going home. Creighton, a 9 seed, moving on. San Diego State had a pretty big lead in the first half. Yeah, that was ugly. That was ugly. Oh, that's too bad. That was too bad. So I was rooting for San Diego State there. That game is basically over. Creighton going to the line with 0.2. You can't do anything but tip in on less than 0.3. So this game is over, except for watching some cheerleaders and guys cry. San Diego State going home. I can say as a Yankees fan, I wish Hal wanted to win like his dad. Hal has spent money, Mark. I'm not a Yankees fan, but I don't know much about Hal, but I can tell you this. He's spending money. I mean, they're second or third highest payroll, right? Is there anyone that's actually a Marlins fan? If you're a Marlins fan, you're just a local, right? You're just somebody who's just begging for a team. I think the loyalty of fans is being taken advantage of. Not that it matters, but Creighton misses the free throw, up by 2, one more free throw. Oh, they put 0.8 on. So excuse me. Creighton is up by 2 at the free throw line, missed the first, at the line for the second, 0.8. So now you do have time to catch and shoot. So let's stay on this for a while if you're live. If you're watching team replay, the show's over. Free throws up, rolling, made it. So State's got 0.8. They'll call timeout. State with 0.8, down by 3. They need a buzzer beater 3-pointer to tie it. Highly unlikely, but not as impossible as when it was with 0.2. Yeah, so I'm done. The show is basically over. Major League Baseball owners, are they overpaying their players? Are they underpaying the players? I told you my opinion. I think the players are highly being screwed, and the revenues are being kept, and the owners are lying to the general public, and the commissioner gets paid by the owners, and he's doing a good job trying to keep the owners making a ton of money, which is insane because I don't like the word fair, but there's so much money coming in. Why wouldn't they allow the players to make it? Why wouldn't the Pirates spend a little more money? Why wouldn't the Orioles spend a little money, and all the other teams too? And I'm going to stick around for the end of this game. It's 0.8 seconds left. State down by 3. State inbounding. Obviously calling timeout. They get to move the ball forward. Point. Oh, no, I'm sorry. But they're at the baseline. Now there's another timeout. So again, if you're watching on team replay, this isn't going to mean anything to you anymore. Thanks for being here. You don't have to go, but you can't stay here. Have fun storming the castle, all those things. I'll say it again. We're going to stay live right here for the end of Creighton, San Diego State. Creighton up by 3, 72-69, 0.8 seconds left. San Diego State had a nice lead in the first half. Creighton weirdos dancing in the... Oh, don't do that. That's ugly. Anyway, you do what you want, I guess. You can dance. Great show, Jeff. Appreciate you. Mark, I appreciate you. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for the super chat earlier today. By the way, everybody who's been here, love you all. I hope you had fun today. I had fun. I had 2 shows today on my channel. I had 1 show over on Pete's channel. We're going to do a lot more of this. A lot of what I'm going to call watch parties, watching a ball game and chatting it up. And very much like this. I had a topic. We're going to talk about a topic and we're going to watch the game together. If that sounds like fun, something that might be fun, please stick around. Subscribe if I haven't pissed you off by now. Like the video if you feel like it. What else can you do? Just watch. People ask all the time, what can I do to help your channel? Really, truly, if you like the content, watch. By far, that's the most, that's what all of us content creators want. Hopefully you're entertained. Hopefully you're having fun. I consider you, I really like you guys, and you guys really make me happy. And I'm going to end on that because we've got 0.8, State down by 3. He can run, so he didn't travel long pass to about half court. Tipped by Creighton. San Diego State gets off a shot. They don't even show us. It must not have went in. Creighton wins 72-69. San Diego State Aztecs are going home. Just like you can. The show's over. I'm glad you're here. You don't have to go, but you can't stay here. Have fun storming the castle. I'm glad you were here today. 2 live shows on my channel. 1 live show over on Pete's channel. It's Thursday. I generally have Friday for family. I don't know about tomorrow night, but generally I don't go live. Sunday night Creator Talk Live. We're going to talk about all that is there to help you grow on YouTube or wherever you are on social media. Sunday night, every Sunday night, 11 o'clock Eastern time, 10 o'clock my time. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to have my dinner. I might even have a coffee because I'm tired and I don't want to go to bed yet. I'm going to watch some news and some sports and get caught up with what I missed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for super chat. Thank you to members. Thank you if you watch. Thank you if you like the video. Thank you even if you decided that I'm not for you and I'm never going to see you again. I appreciate every single one of you who gave me a chance today. I think I'm done. Thanks, everybody. See you soon. Bye for now.